Rumba Nation is a musical stage play which depicts the story of a talented musician and dancer whose Latin jazz music band is a popular act at a local Miami nightclub during the 1990s. People flocked to the club to hear the band play and to learn how to dance salsa. The main character is the band leader, who has radical ideas about how technology is starting to control people and gradually causing the demise of the music arts. He meets a beautiful young woman who has just moved to town, and she is overwhelmed by the local music and dance scene and the culture shock of people from all over the world. She joins the band as a singer and inspires him to use his innate talents to unite a community plagued by division in the digital age.
Miami is a sweaty hot mess of sunshine, bikinis, loud music, even louder people, and humidity. All wrapped up in a pastelito with a cortadito to wake you up from your cognitive hangover. The arts and music scene have come a long way since I moved here in the 1990s. Wynwood and Midtown used to be shitty little areas of Miami. Now, let's face it, they're still fundamentally shitty, but with art murals, trendy restaurants, and skyscrapers. Miami has always been a haven for snowbirds to escape to and start over.
Scene 1, Act 1. Present day. Joseph Allen and Sheri Escalante are street musicians performing in the seedy Miami Wynwood Art District with art murals behind them.
First love of spring, the sweetest sounds of romance softly whispering.
Turn that vulgar shit off. I hate that artificial crappy music. It's dummying down people and degrading our society.
Hey, that's what people are into these days.
Look, everyone is preoccupied on their smartphones, all isolated like zombies, devoid of any personality or critical thought. It's a sacrilege. Technology has brought us closer together, yet we've never been further apart socially. Music from our generation used to be much better. That's because people actually played musical instruments, or they sang, or they danced. Raw talent was appreciated, and we were all connected to one another by pure electromagnetic energy. Remember the way it used to be? Before everyone devolved into artificial intelligence transhuman robots? Remember Club Musique back in the 90s when we first met?
Well, of course I do, babe.
That's when people were still organic and human. And music was what connected us together on a pure, visceral level, back when people still cared.
Scene 2, Act 1. Flashback to Club Musique. The Latin jazz trio band is performing live on stage. Sheri Escalante enters the cafe, looks around, and she is captivated by the energy. She sits down at the bar to order a drink.
Wow, this place is something else. Bartender, can I have a mojito?
¿Qué? ¿Tú no hablas español?
What? Nobody speaks English here?
Mamita, ¿quieres bailar?
No, gracias. No puedo bailar salsa. I'm a gringa. Oh, you weren't talking to me? Sorry, I thought you were asking me to dance. Never mind, I'd just step on your toes or something. That was embarrassing.
Un mojito, señorita.
The bartender places the drink in front of her at the bar.
Oh, gracias, I think? Hey, bartender, who is that guitarist? What's his name? I mean, ¿cómo se llama guitarrista?
Se llama Joseph. Habla con él.
Then the band's leader, Joseph Allen, puts down his guitar and begins orchestrating the crowd into a group salsa dance class.
Okay, everybody, it's time for the salsa dance class. Come on up to the front of the stage. And here we go. Pa'lante, pa'trás, pa'lante, pa'trás, vuelta.
Damn, this guy is something else.
The band finishes their song and begins to pack up their gear. The bartender walks over to Joseph Allen.
Oye, Joseph, why don't you record a CD album so you can sell it here to pay for the radio ad?
That will cost a lot of money and cut into our profits.
Hey, it's your job to promote your show, Joseph. I'll let you sell it here in exchange for 20% cut.
Excuse me?
Looking first at Joseph Allen and then at the bartender.
So you do speak English. Interesting.
Now looking at Joseph Allen as the bartender walks away.
I really enjoyed hearing you guys play and watching you dance.
Thanks.
Don't you care what your audience thinks about you?
Nope.
Well, you should. If you don't care, then how can you expect anyone else to care?
Can I help you with something? You're not from around here, are you?
What gave me away? 'Cause I'm a gringa and I can't speak Spanish very well?
I didn't notice.
Well, I'm learning. How to dance, that is. Spanish is much harder to learn than I thought, especially down here. I'm much better as a singer than a dancer. Want to hear me?
Nope.
Well, you should, because I'm very talented. And I can write lyrics, too. Freestyle. Just play something. Anything. And I'll sing along to it.
Joseph Allen begins to play something on his guitar, off-key.
Come on, get serious. Like you actually care. Something melodic, please.
The bartender comes back and hands Joseph Allen some money.
Here, next time do a better job of promoting your shows so you can get more people in the door. The DJs and rappers are starting to bring in more customers. So to me, they got more talent than you do, brother.
Thanks, but I wouldn't expect you to know what real talent is.
Disappointedly, Joseph Allen puts the money in his pocket, and he looks up at Sheri Escalante, pauses pensively, and then sits back in his chair and begins to play a beautiful melody on his guitar. Sheri Escalante smiles and begins to improvise by singing.
First love of spring, the sweetest sounds of romance softly whispering. And with the rains, the flowers blossom up to heal away the pain. And with the wind, the sweetest scent of honeysuckle in the air. And with the sun, the morning glistens optimism.
Those were terrible lyrics. I thought you said you had talent.
Well, she's got more talent than you do, bro. Maybe I should hire her instead of you.
Well, maybe you should ask me to join the band. Joseph, I'll double your audience for sure.
No thanks. We're a Latin jazz trio band, not a quartet. What do you know about Latin music and dance anyways?
A lot. I can dance salsa.
Really?
Yes, I'll show you. Conguero, can you give me a tumbeo beat, please?
The conga player in the band reluctantly begins to play. Sheri Escalante begins to dance. It's clear that she's a terrible dancer and has no sense of rhythm. Joseph Allen and the conga player begin to laugh.
Oh, so you think that you can do better?
I think I've already demonstrated that tonight.
Well, not by dancing by yourself. That's easy. Can you dance with a partner?
Chica, I can dance with any woman and make her look like a pro, even if she has 2 left feet like you.
Well, prove it, Mr. I Don't Care.
Joseph Allen motions to the conga player to play. A cocktail waitress walks by and he motions for her to put down her platter, and he starts dancing salsa with her. Sheri Escalante is impressed, but she tries to hide it. After they finish dancing, Joseph Allen motions to the conga player to stop.
Mr. Show-Off. So you do care after all. When you really want to, that is.
Joseph Allen then begins to pack up his guitar. Then he looks over to Sheri Escalante, pensively.
Look, let's start over. I do think that you've got a nice voice, and I like your optimism. I'm going into the recording studio next week, and I could really use a singer for some of the tracks. That is, if you care to join the band.
I care.
Scene 3, Act 1. Joseph Allen and Sheri Escalante are in a recording studio.
First love of spring, the sweetest sounds of romance softly whispering.
Let's try it again, and this time put some more feeling into it.
My God, you're a slave driver.
No, I'm a perfectionist. Anything worth doing is worth doing right. That's the problem with people these days. They don't want to work hard for anything.
Well, maybe we can just have the engineer piece it all together so we don't have to do so many takes.
No, I want you to be able to sing it in one take, just the way we rehearsed it. Just like we're performing the song live.
Can we at least take a little break?
Sure. Robert, we're going to take 5.
Man, you're something else. I tell ya, you're intense. How did you get like this?
Anything worth doing
Is worth doing it right. I get it. Man, you're wound up tighter than a guitar string. Were you always like this? So anal retentive? Tell me, what's your story? You're obviously not from around here either, so how did you get here? Miami's supposed to be a subtropical haven. So why are people so damn rude down here? And the worst drivers in the country by far.
Joseph Allen smiles, showing a glimmer of emotion.
Well, the combination of senior citizens, lost tourists, and people from other countries who have different rules of the road where they came from can create a lot of car accidents and a lot of traffic.
Well, that explains a lot.
And you're right, people down here are even ruder than where I'm from, New York City. I was an aspiring musician up there and almost moved to LA, but settled on moving down here instead to get away from the cold winters and the inner city madness, only to find humid summers and more inner city madness. Miami's too crowded now, and we're all just transients from somewhere else who came here chasing a dream. It's culture shock for most people who come here, too. You'll either love it here or you'll hate it, depending upon how open you are to embrace the rich cultural diversity. To me, it's not perfect, but it's my home now. You see, New York is a place you go to be who you are. LA's the place you go to be somebody. And Miami is the place you go to be somebody else. I'm here to be somebody else, just like everyone else down here. Music and dance is what unites our community, because it breaks down all language and cultural barriers. We are the southern melting pot of America. We are the RUMBA Nation.
The RUMBA Nation, huh? Nice. I like it.
So, are you ready to sing now?
I'm ready for it. Let's do this.
Joseph Allen smiles at her and starts to play his guitar. Scene 4, Act 1. Club Musique. The Latin Jazz Trio Band is performing live on stage.
First love of spring, the sweetest sounds of romance softly whispering. And with the rain, the flowers blossom up to heal away the pain.
The band finishes playing and then begins to pack up.
Great set, you guys. We're getting tighter.
Yes, but there are even fewer people here tonight than last night, and fewer people are actually buying our CD. I'm also hearing that people are illegally sharing the album for free over the internet. The technocrats are hijacking the music industry and stealing our intellectual property.
Oye, Joseph! It's starting to get pretty empty in here. I told you to start promoting on the internet. Maybe you could start to give your CD away to help promote your live shows.
Our album cost a lot of money, time, and effort to produce it. When you give things away for free, people instinctively devalue it. It's not just X's and O's of internet code. It's music art.
You're never going to make it to the big time, Joseph.
He's right. We're never going to make it. Record labels aren't even signing bands like us anymore. It's cheaper for them to just produce cotton candy pop idols, DJs, and rappers. But in the process, they're also dummying down the next generation of music listeners, who eventually will no longer appreciate real music artists.
I hate to admit it, but you're right. People are spending more and more of their time glued to their beepers and those brand new Razor flip phones. At first I thought you were crazy, but maybe some of your wild conspiracy theories may actually be right. But how much crazier can it get?
Scene 5, Act 1. Flashback to present day. Joseph Allen and Sheri Escalante are street musicians performing in the seedy Wynwood Art District, with art murals behind them.
First love of spring, the sweetest sounds of romance softly whispering. And with the rains, the flowers blossom up to heal away the pain. And with the wind, the sweetest scent of honeysuckle in the air. And with the sun, the morning glistens optimism.
No one cares about the music arts anymore. Look at everyone just walking around like zombies, with their faces pressed against their smartphones and smartwatches. Next thing they'll do is just implant a microchip directly into people's brains to control them. We're at the dawn of the transhumanist society, devoid of any creativity or individualism, where art and culture are replaced by people with limited attention spans, pre-programmed personalities, and plastic body parts, all aimlessly chasing their next dopamine dose of digital stimulation.
Our beloved RUMBA nation is falling apart before our very eyes, babe, as people are drifting further and further apart. Now addicted to technology. So what are we going to do about it?
We're not going to give up on what makes us human, on what comes naturally. Music is the heartbeat of the soul and the antidote to preserving our humanity.
Let's just keep on playing. People will start to listen again once the batteries in all of their devices run out and they're ready to reconnect back into the human-to-human power grid.
I'll be here when that happens. Will you?
I'll be right beside you, babe. We're artists. This is what we were meant to do, to keep the music alive.
Joseph Allen nods, and they continue performing.
Art is unleashed self-expressionism in all of its glory. Music is what feelings actually sound like. It's the soundtrack of your life, elevating the depth of your experience along the journey. You can be whoever you want to be in life, but that doesn't mean that others have to accept what you do. That's their choice. Don't let anyone stop you from being who you were meant to be, though, in all of your glory.
The end.